everyone. This podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Hi, you guys aren't Rockin' Ricky dieters.
Rock and Ricky over here eat natural peanut butter.
Yeah, make sure you don't eat after midnight.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast. Hypecast. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I am the other one, David Bell.
And I am a stranger.
You
Hello,
are.
stranger.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
I am. You were home. The Strangers, but not the new terrible one. The old
I didn't
one.
watch it.
It is bad.
I believe you.
Fair.
I movie passed my way through it and be like, well, at least I only wasted nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
At least it cost me nothing. No, okay, that's Jeff May's
It
voice.
is. Hey, I'm back. I've been
Back from
gone
Mass.
for a little while. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gone for almost 3 weeks.
I know. We kept coming up. It's like, oh, we trying to come up with guests for. We should get Jeff. Oh no, he's still gone. He's gone forever.
He is
We
doing a
missed you.
tour, just
He is.
getting fat in Massachusetts.
Nice.
I went on a food tour of every shitty food that I had eaten that got me overweight as a kid.
Sure. Did
I
you get-
did that.
There's
Did
a
you
lot
get
to
any
choose
west? Did you get west?
As far west as I went was Sturbridge.
Sturbridge? Okay.
But man, I got my Papagenos in there.
Nice.
I got my Friendlies. I had my
Friendlies?
my Friendlies.
from. Friendlies is
Honey
gross.
barbecue chicken super melt
Oh, Friendlies.
with a Reese's peanut butter cup sundae. Like
Oh,
Friendlies
God, I miss
is
it
gross.
so much.
What was funny was my brother was just like, "Oh my god, there is this new," and I'm like, "Stop." I did not come here for a new experience.
Right.
He's like, "Oh, but it's this great Jewish deli," and I'm like, "You think we don't have Jewish delis in LA? I don't
Los
need that."
Angeles.
Well, I feel the same thing about Friendlies. As I open up a Friendlies menu now, and I'm like, what the fuck is this, Friendlies? They're trying to be like Chili's or something. They're trying to be all modern.
Yeah,
And I'm just
give
like,
me what nobody's
just-
not getting.
Just
you
give
get-
me my grilled cheese. And they have like
Yeah.
in little letters in the corner, like classic Friendlies grilled cheese. And
Yeah,
it's like, there it
that's
is.
what I want.
Yeah, they tried to do like a triple decker grilled cheese with like,
come
it's
on.
like fuck off.
Don't
Friendlies.
try to
Yeah.
improve yourself.
Yeah.
I used to have a good thing working at Friendly's where I would get a grilled cheese for breakfast by ordering the breakfast super melt and getting the eggs on the side.
Oh.
The eggs and the bacon on the side. So what I essentially got was bacon and eggs with a grilled
With a
cheese
grilled cheese
as my
sandwich.
toast.
That's excellent.
That's some smart shopping.
Yeah.
There it is. It's college Jeff finding loopholes. I only have $7 to eat. What can I do?
What can I do off the secret menu? Yeah.
Should we talk about movies?
We should talk about some movies.
Talk about movies.
The one that we like that came out right as we recorded last week's
Was the Predator
was
trailer.
the Predator. So we haven't had time to talk about the
Talk about
Predator
the
trailer.
Predator trailer.
Yeah, that's boy, there's a lot going on in that trailer. It's-
Yeah.
And not a lot of Predator, which is fine. Like, I don't need to...
Oh,
I
he's,
wasn't-
he's
yeah.
invisible.
He's in
No,
every
I don't know
shot.
if
You
that
just don't know.
registered.
yeah, he's just... Oh, he's there. He was actually in the room with you watching it.
Yeah. I didn't think there was the spaceship crashing and shit. Like there was the presence of a predator
Right, like,
within
it's-
the trailer.
I mean, this is like the fifth or sixth Like, I know what Predator looks
Yeah.
like, and the movie's called The
apparently-
Predator. Like, I'm not operating under the assumption, like, well, is there a Predator in this film?
Yeah.
What is going on
Right.
in Predator?
It's apparently going to look different because I mean,
sure.
they say in the trailer it like evolved or something. But there's you can see
fuck.
some stills.
Come
No,
the
for the
fuck
record,
on.
for the record, you can see stills of what it looks like, and it really just looks like a predator.
Okay.
Like I think they mean like it's stronger or something, some bullshit.
Because he
But
was
it's-
such a bitch before
Yeah,
that.
I know. But it's fucking Shane Black, so
Literally
of course,
slapping Arnold around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It'll be on Christmas.
yeah. And a little kid. There's a quirky little kid in the trailer immediately.
I would like to take this moment to offer up my great appreciation for AVPR. Aliens versus Predator Requiem.
Yes!
Which is the most underappreciated
Which is what this movie looks a lot
movie.
like.
It is, and that's because there's a lot of woods experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only difference is in AVPR, they fuck that kid up immediately.
Yeah,
Yes.
that kid gets a crab right on his
Yeah,
face.
AVPR was a direct. It felt like a
Egg
direct
shoved down his
response
throat.
to the first one, which didn't have teeth.
Well, that's why it's called. It's literally it's called AVPR. They're telling everybody, okay, it's R-rated this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's true.
Requiem part was really just what words
What word
start
starts
with
with
R.
R?
Yeah,
But it's great.
and
And
then
I
immediately murdering a
I've
child.
never understood anybody who's a fan of either franchise. One problem, okay, the hybrid Pred alien with the dreadlocks.
That was neat.
That it inherited.
Didn't you have a? Because when you went and talked to the guys at,
Oh yeah, I've met that thing.
and it was literally like a design that was approved by like a 13-year-old kid.
Yes.
I mean, you got to sell action figures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the vibe that I get with this a little bit. And God, I know this is not Hypecast about AVPR, but
No, go watch it.
it is.
I went and saw that shit in the theater. It
It's-
came out on Christmas.
I saw it
it's-
on Christmas in the theater.
I would say there's probably a lot of people who didn't see it because they had seen the first one and they were like, "Oh, come on!" and like maybe they missed it, but they really should go back and watch it because it's quite good.
and it's also
I really
a
enjoyed
great slasher film.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
just a slasher movie with Predator in it.
And it's actually the most. I mean, AVP, the original, has a lot of ties to the Hunter Prey novel, which I was like, oh, okay.
The first Dark Horse comic.
What was that? And as well, yes. But the Hunter Prey novel,
Oh, okay.
there's a lot of novelization. The novelizations of the AVP series. I always remember them as red, blue, and green as like the colored scheme of the novel.
I gotcha.
And that one's red.
I think
but
the only
like-
one I read was the novelization of the Dark Horse comic.
Oh, okay, that's fair. But the end of AVP is a lot like the end of the Hunter Prey novel, but PG-13.
Right.
AVPR is just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Let's go
We're killing
deep into
kids.
everything terrible. It's great. There was a lot of cool Predator tech in there, and I hope they carry that into this movie.
I think they will. My general policy with both Predators and Aliens is that if it's R-rated and it has a Predator or Alien in it, I'll probably like it to some extent. Like even Alien Covenant or
you like that?
Well, to an extent. Like it's that thing where like, yeah, it's got an alien in it, so I'm going to watch it and I will go back and watch it because it's got an alien in it. It doesn't have much for that.
I did not enjoy that.
Yeah, I can't defend the movie.
I was
My favorite part of the movie is the insane robot.
Yeah, the robot's kissing.
Fucking David.
Yeah.
The scene, I remember when we saw that in the theater, the scene where Michael Fassbender as David and then Michael Fassbender as Walter.
Yeah.
David's teaching him how to play the flute, and I just kind of leaned over and I was like, these are the only two characters I care
Yeah,
about.
and we've talked about this before.
Are these
Ridley Scott
robots?
clearly doesn't care about making an alien movie.
No.
Like Prometheus was him. He wanted to like pivot to the robots.
Yeah,
and
he
like
wanted to tell a
and then
story about the
everybody was
robots.
like, "Where's the fucking alien?" So he's like, "All right, I'll throw in some
He's
aliens."
like, fine,
So-
I'll also like erase what I came up with in the first
Yeah.
Alien and restart it, which I was.
So it would have been neat to
I
see
did
where
really like
Prometheus went without.
Right, if he didn't
us
have to
butting
put
into-
aliens in
yeah.
it. Yeah, he clearly just wanted to talk about these robots.
He probably got a lot more money
Yeah,
by being like, oh, and aliens.
Yeah,
And you're like, what?
yeah. And I mean, he flat out said, he was like, I'll just make aliens until I die if that's what you
Yeah.
guys want.
If you guys want me to keep making, he's the
And
George
there-
Lucas
again,
of his own franchise
there's
in
a-
that
yeah.
regard. Like those, I think about aliens movies, not counting the versus Predator ones, but when you think about it, and you have 6 total now.
just about.
You have
yeah.
the 5 that have Alien, and then Prometheus.
Yeah.
There are two and a
Two
half
good ones.
Good movies.
They're two good ones.
Wait. There's. Oh, I
5
see.
of them that have
Yeah.
the word aliens.
Yeah,
in them.
and then Prometheus.
And then
Got
Prometheus.
it.
and Prometheus.
Hold for.
Was the smoke alarm?
Hold for
Smoke
smoke alarm.
alarm?
Yeah, we're talking about aliens.
Yeah, so they hired Shane Black because they didn't trust John McTiernan for the original.
Yeah, and they wanted to have him on set for rewrites, but not pay him as a writer, I think.
Yeah,
It's some weird
What a
stuff.
they've
weird
they
gig.
Well,
they
that's-
love
so
doing
that's
that.
like-
They pulled that on Kevin Smith too
Yeah.
with the
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard.
But yeah, that's why there's a bunch of commandos and Shane Black in
Yeah.
Predator.
Making weird pussy
Making
jokes.
Weird pussy jokes. That's his bit.
Yeah, he's pussy guy. But yeah, no, it makes sense that he would do one.
Wait a second. The original Predator?
Yeah,
He's Hawkins in
Shane
the
Black
original
is
Predator.
Hawkins.
fuck me, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's why there's a bunch
That's
of like
me. How did I not know that? What the fuck?
that's why there's a bunch of swole ass dudes and then a nerd.
Yeah, and then a guy who looks like a screenwriter.
But that fits. That
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Sure.
Probably got paid a ton of money for that.
Oh yeah.
Probably did.
How much in residuals do you think he gets for that?
Oh, I don't know.
Like, let alone like what you got paid up front, but Predator's been shown several
Forever on
times.
television. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good deal.
Yeah.
That's like
Solid deal for
like in Van Johnson when he's like, "You may have remembered me from Kickboxer." It's on TNT all the time.
Yeah, I think this is going to be better than which a movie I like, but Predators.
Oh, that's not good.
I liked Predators.
I enjoy parts of it.
It's
I-
Robert
I-
Rodriguez.
I
The
frequently forget that it exists.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
that. That's one issue with it. The other issue is that a lot of the scenes are just him sort of doing the original film again.
Well, Larry Fishburne's character is Arnold's character.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was-
No, that's
it was
it was
supposed to
literally
be, yeah.
supposed to be, and then they couldn't get the
get
the
it
contract
Oh.
taken care of.
That makes sense.
He's like, "No, I'm going to make a movie with Johnny Knoxville at the border of San Antonio."
That's probably a better idea.
That movie.
Yeah, it's very important.
It's very important that I make this film about being a small town sheriff.
I actually have a promo baseball shirt of that movie.
Oh,
And
wow.
It's just the dumbest looking thing in the world, and
It's
I
not
love
a bad
it so much.
movie.
It is.
Wait, which movie? We're not using its name.
I
I
can't
can't remember
what
it.
it's
I
called.
have
Oh,
a
I
shirt of it. It's Arnold and Johnny Knoxville. I think Johnny Knoxville is in a small helicopter at one point in time,
That's
or maybe I'm
something-
thinking of Mad Max. I don't
Sounds
know.
like a dream.
Yeah, no, and Luis Guzman,
End of the
I think, is in
line,
it.
maybe, or something.
It's
Or
something like that.
something line. Hold the line by Toto.
No,
Nobody knows.
Hold the line.
A much better song than Africa, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think people realize it's Toto
I didn't.
because you say Toto, you think, oh, it's Africa.
Yeah, I only know
Yeah,
the one.
but now
Toto
you know.
song.
Hold the line.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, and that is a way
The
better
Last
song.
Stand is that movie. The Last Stand.
The
Last Stand, that's right.
Okay.
It's okay.
And then he's like, and then I'm going to make Grudge Match with Sylvester Stallone for some reason. Remember that one? Oh no, that was De
That's
Niro.
De Niro.
Oh, I'm
That's,
sorry. Didn't
Because they both
It's very
play boxers.
entertaining. He
I'm
makes
sorry.
the one about him and still escaping a prison.
jail, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're making a
escape plan or
they're making
something.
a sequel to that too.
Oh, nice.
Ah, that came out
Yeah.
on my birthday, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna see it. I was like, excited about it, and I'm like,
How could it be good? How could that possibly be good?
Because
movie?
it's, what?
I don't know. Nothing about the movie looked good.
He's had Arnold's had a rough go.
Yeah, I liked. We were just talking about
Yeah,
this
it
before
started
recording.
with,
I
like,
liked him
End
in
of
Maggie.
Days.
Did you see Maggie?
That's the one about his daughter who's a zombie.
Yeah,
right?
the-
and it's what's her name? The
Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah, Abigail
Yeah,
Breslin.
he's good in it, and it's a cool idea for a film. It's just they didn't have enough to fill an hour and a half, so it feels like a hour long film stretched out.
Oh.
But he's good in it. They make him like it was neat to see Schwarzenegger kind of act like a human, like he fights with a zombie and like he has a lot of trouble with it and stuff like that, where he's just some old guy.
He's an old guy.
Yeah, exactly. It was nice.
He's got to make that transition to no longer be an action guy. He's got to do the Eastwood move.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think he's trying.
Yeah.
He's got to do. He's got to do like Gran Torino, where he's like a racist.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be too hard.
No, people don't want to come cheer for the racist.
So yeah,
Could've
Predator
been a
looks
little
fun.
I think it. Yeah, the preview is very disjointed,
It's not the best trailer,
which you is weird because so many terrible movies get great trailers.
but I
The
suspect
Wolfman
because
remains
again,
one of the best trailers I've ever seen. That's a
Yeah.
terrible movie.
Shane Black, I feel like his movies are weird enough that I can see why maybe they have trouble making a trailer.
Yeah, they
like
gotta
who
cut
knows what he did in this movie?
Yeah.
Like the original, the original screening test audience were mad that it was too funny. Like they did reshoots.
to make
to,
it
like-
less Shane
Aw,
Black.
why
Yeah.
can't you let a Predator movie be funny?
Right, because it's kind of dumb.
Why not have your Ragnarok?
Yeah.
movie?
Sure, yeah.
Like,
I'm sure it'll still be funny, but I think they because it
and
was
you know what? Too many pussy jokes.
yeah.
This is Keegan
like, you
Michael
wrote a
Key's
ton of
making all
these
these
in
pussy
here.
jokes. Yeah, he's the new Hawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a great trailer, but excited
I'm
for the
excited
movie.
for it.
It's to me, it's like Solo. Yeah, I'll see it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm more excited about The Predator than Solo.
Yeah.
Because again, Shane Black has never really made a movie that I didn't like. Because, he's a white guy. So
Hey.
He really
I'm
speaks
also
to
a
me.
white guy. So it fits.
Our struggles are the same.
Yeah.
Your struggles and Shane Black's struggles are not the same.
That's very true. They are certainly not. Next trailer we have is The House That Jack Built. It's the Lars Von Trier movie that just played at Cannes.
And people
the
walked
one.
out on.
Yeah. Because didn't they say some kids get murdered?
Yeah,
shot?
Matt Dillon
Yeah.
blows 2 kids' heads off.
It's just it's Matt Dillon on a murder
There's a part
spree.
where him as a little kid, he mutilates or hurts a duckling, which I'm sure was CGI, but it's still upsetting. nonetheless.
Yeah.
And then a woman gets mutilated. It sounds like very American Psycho, but made by Lars von Trier. So who knows?
I'm of two conflicting thought processes whenever something like this happens, where part of me, and I'm sure that this is the part that's more wrong, is motherfucker, movies are supposed to elicit a response, sack up and fucking watch it. And then the other part of me is oh, people experience trauma in the real world and that's not okay.
Yeah, and this is okay.
Yeah, that's I have those two conflicting feelings.
But also
yeah, I get that.
he's making a movie specifically to upset people, so I'm sure he's not mad that people walked out. He probably expected
That's
it.
his
I
MO.
assume, yeah. And so people walking out, it's just what's gonna happen when he makes this.
The problem is the problem I have with it is it's more a problem with Lars von Trier in general, because he is a person who doesn't have a great history, particularly with women.
Yeah.
So he has a movie that's just where we see Matt Dillon just bashing this woman's face in and dragging her behind his van. And then there's a shot in the trailer where Matt Dillon looks at the camera and it's they say that we do in our fiction what we wish we could do in our real life. And yeah, we know, Lars von Trier.
We know you were masturbating in the editing room.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Ah, ooh, hey.
So it's in the trailer when it cuts from when the lady is just you could be you look like a serial killer, and it's Matt Dillon's face, and then it cuts to a shot of a tiger. I was like, fuck you, Lars von Trier.
But again, he's good at what he does.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Antichrist. When I saw Antichrist and it says horror as the genre, and then I watched Antichrist, I was just yeah, that was horror. You made me feel
Yeah, I felt
horrified.
See, I look at Lars von Trier's filmography, and I'm just I know, I don't care about most of these movies.
Yeah.
They're all if you went to college for movies,
Yeah.
you're oh, I love these. But if you're just
right.
a lay person such as myself, you're I don't give a shit about any of these.
They're very film schooly. We were talking about earlier.
It's one of those things where a toxic hipster is a huge fan, and you're
Because I think Lars von Trier is a toxic hipster.
Yeah, and here's the thing we aren't taking
yeah.
into account. The people who walked out of the theater, they might not have been I am outraged. They might have just been this is dumb, and
Right.
left and been this is just grotesque and
It's
like when I left
gratuitous.
Dracula Dead and Loving It when I was a kid.
yeah, exactly.
And I was this is bad. It's supposed to be good, but it's bad.
Everything says this should be good.
Yeah, all these ingredients point to me loving
It is a
this.
very bad film.
Yeah.
I was so upset because if there's one thing I love, it's Mel Brooks parody movies and Leslie
And
Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen.
How did it go wrong? What happened?
The jokes aren't good.
Just terrible.
But it's it was some rift opened up when they walked onto set together or something that
Yeah.
they canceled each other out in some weird way.
It's like if Arnold and Sylvester Stallone were in a movie.
Right, we're
about
in a movie
Prison
and it
Break
was
together.
bad.
I like
Exactly.
Prison Break movies. I like Arnold movies.
I like Stallone
Sylvester
movies.
Should work.
Yeah.
And yet here we are.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that thing that I feel like you forget, with this Lars von Trier, where it's sometimes people reacting negatively to something, it doesn't mean they're shocked. I think of all the times
Right.
as a teenager, I thought Marilyn Manson really freaked out adults, and I'm realizing now that adults were probably it's fucking. He's just Alice Cooper.
Exhausting, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of adults were still hungover from the Satanic Panic.
Oh, that's true.
That was it it was a vintage Satanic Panic move.
Yeah.
And he made it a point to make money off of it.
I feel like there must have
Yeah.
been some chunk
The
of adults
the
who also just
crucifixion
thought it
is
was
in
dumb,
Beautiful
right?
People.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but I mean, I think probably less than you'd think for the Manson thing because
Okay.
he named his biggest album of all time was Antichrist Superstar.
That's true.
Like he was making it a point to shock and awe.
Right.
Like that was his thing, and that was back when people were still fucking protesting stuff like that.
What a quaint time.
yeah.
Like Dogma, I think might have a. Well, even Dogma has people were legitimately.
Yeah, people were
like a lot
mad
of
about
heat.
Dogma.
Well, it makes
What a
fun of it
quaint
makes
time.
fun of their beliefs,
Yeah,
which is like.
but it doesn't.
I
Like
mean-
the actual movie doesn't.
I mean, it makes fun of the organization of the religion. I mean,
Right.
that's the whole point of like Carlin's character
Right.
is
Yeah.
being like the problem with the modern papacy. And
Yeah.
let's dive into Dogma. What
yeah.
do you say?
Let's do a
guys?
deep dive in 1999's Dogma.
Huge fan.
Yeah, I
by
like
the
it.
way. Probably my favorite movie he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's real good. It's real good. It's like right when he had enough money and enough like power to do something. Like it
Something
felt.
really weird.
It felt. Yeah. It felt like his most polished. It was like just right, just perfect,
And
Like,
probably the only funny use I've seen of shit in a movie.
Yeah,
I don't
real
see,
good
like,
shit.
Most of the time there's shit jokes. I'm always like, this is a bad joke.
right.
And that one, the Golgothan character and,
Yeah.
and everything in there.
It's
that
pretty
was
great.
alright.
knocks out strong odors. It's such a dumb joke.
Oh man, yeah.
Stupid.
Kills it with Banaka.
That's wonderful.
All right, so probably won't watch House that Jack Built.
I
Yeah.
won't. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my streak of Lars Von Trier movies that I've seen going of 0.
Yeah, I haven't been able to sit through one in its entirety because it get to a point where I turn it off and it's not because I'm like shocked or disgusted. I'm just like, I can't watch this guy be up his own ass for another 2
Yeah.
hours.
It's like an assignment.
yeah,
You're just like,
It's not
"Ah, I have to
entertaining
fucking watch
movies."
this." Like, yeah, it's like, okay. So back when I was a teacher, I used to get for Christmas. I used to have several relatives that would get me history books because that was my job.
sure.
And I was like, this is not fun for me.
You don't
Like,
actually like reading history books?
I mean, not as like a gift. I have a good discount at Barnes and Noble when you're a teacher. Like, I am doing fine. I don't need you to give me an assignment, like work.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to sit down and read like Theodore Rex on your own.
And 8th graders aren't going to give a shit about what the new stuff I learned
Right.
about Byzantium. Like, they're going to be, they get the gist of it, and then we move on.
yeah, yeah, and I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to shit on somebody for being like artistic, but it's like, yeah, it's not for me. I think he's.
Yeah, I like some artsy shit out there, but
Yeah.
I agree that
Yeah, we just
for the
talked
most
about
part,
Dogma.
yeah, exactly. For the
Very
most part,
artsy.
movies are sort of supposed to be entertainment. Like they can also be art,
Sure.
Yeah.
but
Anything that elicits an emotional response.
yeah. I don't know, man. Younger me would have been more into this shit. I loved this shit when I was young.
Right. Like somebody mentioned
used to- I'd
American
watch-
Psycho, and it's like the.
But
the-
American Psycho is like an entertaining film.
Well, yeah, and the film and the book are wildly different because the book is like intensely graphically violent.
Yeah, the
and-
book
'cause
is
it's by
upsetting.
fucking Bret Easton Ellis, who's a goblin man.
And it's a magnifying glass too. It's like every subtle nuance is dove into so deeply.
Yeah,
But the film wisely like excised all of the
Right.
graphic violence. It's just about the character and like the
Yeah.
that stuff. It's
That-
a good film.
That I think is a good example of like when you look at us, it's like none of us are fathers, but we're all dads at this point in time. Like that's something that I've accepted at this point in time where I'm like, I'm not a father, but I do dad shit so
Oh, yeah.
consistently.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like lines, I'm out. Like I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do
Right.
lines. I'm not gonna. I'm just ready to go do dad things and not exhaust myself
Right.
to do the fun thing anymore. But like I'll do the fun thing in 3 weeks.
If the fun thing is more than 10 miles away, I'm not going to do the fun thing.
yeah. If I need to go out past like 9:30, I'm gonna need like a week and a half notice.
Yeah, you got to let me know.
Yeah.
Like, if I get a show that I'm booked after 10, I'm like, well, there goes the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to
Because
recover.
I'm not going to be able to recover from this well.
And
Yeah.
I'm not going to, with the dad, I assume that's where you were going with this, but like being a dad about certain things. Like, I'm not going to sit through a 3-hour Lars Von Trier movie.
Well, yeah, and that's again.
not
I'm
giving
thinking
me
of
anything.
back in my 20s. I used to go to like a cult video store and buy the most fucked up thing I could, and with my friends just get really high and watch it, and then just like upset ourselves.
Oh yeah,
Like-
that's how me and my friends watched.
like-
Caligula.
Yeah, Caligula.
Caligula. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
That was one where you just like, if you haven't seen it until college and you watch it, ooh, at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Begotten was one that I used to show.
Yeah. Well, I think we
one-
all used to do that because it's exciting and fun when you and your friends are
Yeah.
exploring stuff. But we've explored so much shit
Yeah, now it's
at
just
this
like
point in time.
life is already fucking tragic. Like I don't need
Yeah.
a movie to depress me
I
right
don't need
now.
to watch Matt Dillon beat a woman to death with a jack.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah, we live in L.A. We can see him do that anyway.
right. He's on the corner of Venice right now doing that.
We should probably move on. We've only gotten through 2 trailers.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Spike Lee's Blackkklansman. This looks really good.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this.
And shout out to Paul Walter Hauser from I, Tonya in that.
I missed him.
He's the voice, like
I gotta
the
watch.
voice of the guy that's like, yeah, there's some stuff, like the guy that's kind of a raspy Southern voice. That's Paul Walter Hauser, who played Sean Eckhart in I, Tonya.
I gotta watch
It's
I, Tonya.
so perfect.
He
as
is
Sean Eckhart.
He is a brilliant actor, like a really amazing actor.
He
And-
showed up. Did you see Super Troopers?
I did.
He shows up in that as the French Farva.
Yes, I saw Super Troopers 2 the first day I was home with my brother, and we were like, finally, we get our questions answered. It was like the day before Infinity War.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, finally, after a decade plus of waiting, I get my questions answered. And boy, was that just a bunch of dudes being like, hey, remember that joke we made a while ago? We do too.
I thoroughly enjoyed that
I
movie.
enjoyed
Super Troopers 2?
Yeah.
I did. I was just sitting there just being like, yeah, oh, Leader or Cola, because from the time that you said it before. Great. Oh, we're stretching this out. We're stretching. This is an 8-minute bit.
I had tears in my eyes when he crashed the car and died. It was such an immediate escalation. Like,
Wait, which one? Which?
It's when Farva.
Farva hops in he shoves Mac out of the way to hop in the cruiser to take off at the speeder, crashes into a pole, and Mac runs up and he's dead. Like he has to.
I forgot about that
He's
part.
just fucking dead. It's perfect.
Yeah, that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I saw that movie and I was just like, like, you guys are really just. It's callbacks. It's almost like Anchorman 2 levels of callbacks
Ugh.
without payoff for me.
I don't entirely agree, but I really didn't like Anchorman 2.
Yeah, I fell
Yeah,
asleep
it's-
during that movie.
Bad. Anchorman 2 is bad.
It's a bad film.
It's
yeah.
bad. It's like a Hangover 2.
Or the Austin Powers
or-
sequels.
True. Because
There's a lot
I
of
think
them
I think
doing jokes.
show me a comedy sequel that's maybe Wayne's World 2. I would say might be the only one that I can think of that is on a par with or surpasses the original.
It's pretty fun, yeah.
And even then, because
They
they
do.
don't rehash their jokes, they just write new jokes in the same vein.
Yeah, that's true. Because they weren't like bits that they were beholden to, like he was with Austin Powers.
No, it was just them doing fun shit.
But yeah, Blackkklansman.
Oh, it looks so good.
I love the.
It looks great,
Yeah,
yeah.
Topher Grace's David
Topher
Duke.
Grace's David Duke is perfect.
Right? When you look at that, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
He looks just like him.
Yeah,
Good for you.
yeah. way to come in your own, Topher Grace.
Yeah.
And then Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, yeah.
who I'm liking more and more.
Yeah, he's doing
think
a lot
he's
of.
good, yeah.
He's been like passed around from like good director to good director.
right, because he was
doing-
just in that Scorsese movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he's doing the Gilliam film.
He's
Oh
got
yeah,
a great,
Lost in La Mancha.
he's
Or
got a
Man for La Mancha.
great voice. He's got such a unique look. Like he's one of the wonderfully sexy ugly men in Hollywood.
Right, because he's not traditionally handsome.
No,
He's not
Yeah.
classically
no,
handsome.
and that I think is such a cool thing. Like the Benicio del Toro, like that kind of thing where for your first immediate reaction is like, huh.
I don't know. Yeah,
Kind
it
of
depends on what Benicio del Toro film. Because I think he's a traditionally good looking guy in like Excess Baggage. Remember Excess Baggage?
And
Really bringing up
With
License
Alicia
License to Kill.
Silverstone. Yeah. The Way of the Gun.
Or who's the other guy? Who's the guy from what am I thinking? The guy from There Will Be Blood. Oh no, not There Will Be Blood.
Paul Dano?
No, not There Will Be Blood. The other one that should have been called No Country for Old Men. the murderer from that. What's his name?
Oh,
The
Javier
Spanish
Bardem.
guy. Yeah, he's another guy for me. that
Yeah,
I'm always
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, I'm just like, oh, this
Not
this
just a
ugly
pretty boy
guy's
can
sexy.
actually. Yeah.
Like, and I think I feel that way about Adam Driver. I'm like, oh, good for him.
Yeah.
And the lead guy is, I don't know. His name's John David Washington. He hasn't acted in much. He's been
no,
on
that's
Ballers.
Denzel's kid.
Oh, it's Denzel's kid?
Yeah, he's from Ballers. He's a hell of an actor.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, he's on Ballers. He was in Malcolm X. That makes sense.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't
I mean,
recognize
when you look at his face, you're like, oh yeah, that is.
Yeah, now I
Denzel's
see it.
kid.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, okay. Here's the thing about Ballers. One of the best shows that people make fun of.
Is it really
It's
good?
so fucking good. Think of it like this: if Entourage was made for sports
Mm-hmm.
and it was written 1,000 times better with infinitely more charming actors, it's so good. It's
I've heard good things about it.
so fun. It's both fun. It sort of examines the problems in professional sports in a way that somehow they got NFL approval to use
Actual teams?
like the names of the teams
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff like that. And yet they still talk about like injuries and concussions and stuff like that in a very sort of, not cover
Not
up
flattery
kind of
way,
way.
yeah.
It's great. Oh, definitely watch it if you
Maybe I
get a
should check it
chance.
out. Yeah, I haven't watched
It's
it.
really fun, and it has like the really doofy fun of Entourage sometimes, but then it's just like really well done.
I never watched Entourage.
Entourage was fun if you're in your early 20s.
I saw Jeremy Piven's hairpiece, and I was like, not for me.
He's great in that.
I'm sure he
Jeremy
is.
Piven, yeah.
I like Jeremy Piven as an actor,
Yeah.
but
As a human, he's a
as
real
a human,
piece
he's
of trash.
He's
Yeah.
apparently not great. But I had been seeing him in movies and stuff for like 10 years already, and then he shows up with this hairpiece. I'm like, dude,
He's
Come
great
on.
in PCU.
we know.
But I mean, I
Yeah,
think
PCU.
PCU's
though
good.
that's one of the things about hair out here. It's just like it's such a shitty thing that we don't like to talk about, where it's just like Steve Carell had to get hair plugs. And
Yeah, and-
everyone's just like, yeah, it's
Fine, it's whatever.
Daniel Tosh talks about it in a very he talked about it like I think on his show at one point in time, where he's just like talking about, he's like, why do you think I'd go and pay this guy thousands of dollars to put poison into my scalp every 3 months? And he showed a picture of him in 2009 versus him now.
Oh,
It's like
wow.
how much better it is.
That's funny.
Which that's the way to do it, I think.
Yeah, you just kind of
Yeah.
like Sean Connery famously wears a hairpiece, but then like doesn't sometimes. Like he didn't in
Yeah.
Last Crusade because it worked for the character. So it's like, yeah, everybody, and like John Travolta, where it's like,
I was about to say
everybody
John
knows-
Travolta. Yeah, whenever there's like fans taking a picture with him, he's not wearing a hairpiece
No,
in
he's
a lot of
yeah.
them.
He's an older man. He's balding. Like,
Yeah,
fine.
I can see how that happens. Where like if you're getting cast for something, they're like, we'd rather have this character.
Yeah.
have
Yeah, I
hair."
guess I'm maybe
and like
maybe I'm shitting on him too much for the hairpiece.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it depends,
wouldn't,
yeah.
'cause
yeah.
It's real. I remember I was watching the documentary about Nightmare on Elm Street because it's great. That 4-hour one.
I haven't watched that one.
Oh my
I
god,
want
it's
to.
so good.
I
Never
wanna
Sleep
watch-
Again. It's so good.
I want to watch that one. I want to watch the
Friday the
Crystal
third-
Lake Memories one. Yeah.
yeah.
So, and they talk about the dad, and he shows up with 2 different hair pieces, and he's like, "Which one do you want for the character?" Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
Like he was just like, "Which one is the vibe that you want to go for?" And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so nice.
I do understand that,
Patrick
yeah.
Stewart famously auditioned in a hairpiece for Picard, and then they were like, we don't need the hairpiece. You don't need to have hair.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't think he's ever had like in Dune. He just looks like Sir Patrick Stewart.
He was 40
in
when
Dune?
he was jet bald in,
Yeah.
in Next
TNG?
Generation. He was like the sexiest dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, he looks great. It's weird to picture him with hair.
Yeah.
It's also insane to picture how much he looks like he did 35 years ago.
I know. You watch him in Dune, he looks the same.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay, so Blackkklansman looks like a really good movie.
It does. And there's a lot of stuff like they do, like they mention like the Jewish purity test.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that,
was
which
great.
is like, oh, that's because that's a thing they do.
Yeah. They're vile.
And it's Spike Lee.
Yeah.
And Spike Lee's been doing really good things lately.
Spike Lee's.
This is his first
I-
like major commercial release in a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
the past few have been like he did that.
He did stuff for Netflix.
Yeah, and Amazon.
Yeah.
I've never watched a Spike Lee movie I didn't like. Like,
I'm
there's
not-
some
I'm-
that I like more than others, but
Yeah.
he generally gets me. Like, I like. He's a very interesting director. He kind of changes up his style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
A lot.
exactly right.
Like like we've talked
Lead
about it
Inside
before.
Man.
Yeah, I was
That's
just about
the
to
Fucking
bring that up.
Inside
Yeah.
Man is great.
We talked about that before, where it's just like that's such a because he didn't write it either.
What's the
No.
What's the one, the Korean remake?
Old Boy.
Old Boy.
That's
I
my
didn't see
least
Old Boy.
favorite.
Is it bad? I didn't see it.
It's bad, and I don't know why he made it.
Because he's probably a huge Japanese or
Right.
Asian cinema fan.
I wonder if he made it just so no one else would, just to
The
do
Zack
it.
Snyder Watchmen move.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's not.
It's weird to remake.
It's a weird. It doesn't feel like a Spike Lee film.
It's a
and
weird decision.
It's hard
honestly.
because
A Spike Lee what?
joint.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's right.
sorry, everybody. Sorry.
Look at this fucking jerk.
this clown.
Look at this clown over here calling it a Spike
Shouterhead.
Lee film.
Like maybe I'm just a big fan of the original, but it was like it
Well,
felt
it's-
like he was going out of his way not to make a good movie. I don't know.
it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes what the vision is of a director, it just really doesn't pan out.
Yeah, they did a lot. There's like a scene in it that's downright stupid. Because if you remember, spoilers for Old Boy, the guy who's getting revenge, it's because his sister killed herself because of the rumors that the main character spread around school, and they turn it into a whole thing where in the Spike Lee version, it's the father of that family like murdered the whole family with a shotgun.
Oh.
And that's what the revenge is over. And they do this scene where the father's going room to room killing them with a shotgun. But and this seems so basic, is he walks into a room, shoots someone, walks into another room, shoots someone who's like looking away, shoots someone who's like napping, where it's like, so no one's hearing these shotgun like
That's the
shots,
Amityville-
huh?
That's the Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
That's literally how it opens.
Yeah. And it was just like it was a lot of stuff like that. He does the hallway sequence. He does this like even more extreme one-er shot that like looks almost, it's somehow less impressive because of how elaborate it is, and it feels like it's several shots pasted together. Like it just didn't.
How about He Got Game?
I like He Got Game.
Got
I only
Game.
saw it once. Summer of Sam.
Summer of Sam was great.
It's really
Oh,
good.
Summer of Sam was really good. The
Yeah.
part where the dog talks, woo, that
yeah.
haunted me for weeks.
Yeah, that's an intense movie.
that one's. I got to see Summer of Sam again.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did too.
it kind of gets lost because I think Zodiac came out near the same time and got more
Yeah, a
attention.
couple years
don't-
later. I
was
think.
it really?
Oh,
I thought
Summer
Summer
of Sam was
was like
98.
yeah. I
Oh,
thought it
wow,
was-
okay.
I thought
Zodiac
it was,
was
early 90s.
2003 or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely early 2000s.
Yeah, and Summer of Sam was neat because it's like a punk film. It's about
It
how
really
Adrian
is,
Brody
yeah.
looks like a punk, and just because he looks different, everybody like suspects him, and it goes out of hand. From what I remember, I need to watch that movie again.
Yeah, I definitely got to watch that. Bohemian Rhapsody, the Freddie Mercury.
Hey, this looks
biopic.
fun.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of the trailer because it doesn't really, but it had a cool like mashup of a bunch of Queen
Yeah, what does it
songs.
need to? What
There
does
was-
it need to tell you? It's
That's
about
like
Queen.
right. It's
about
about
Queen.
Yeah, you know.
but like as a hype trailer, it bothered me because it's no judgment on the film. It feels like the trailer pacing was. I should have felt more pumped by the end.
I'll tell you what I think the goal was just look what we did with Rami Malek.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is like, hey, guess what? We
Yeah.
fucking nailed it. You're gonna love this. Check it out.
Right.
And
Super-
it's really just the impressions and the singing
Yeah.
and the here are songs that you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they're gonna build it from there. I'm actually really excited about it.
Me
Oh
too.
yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing the movie, and he looks great in it. Like he looks exactly
Rami
like
Malek's
Freddie Mercury. And, like, yeah, he's great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm curious
him.
about what the other version was going to be because they had another version of this with what's his face, Borat.
Sacha Baron Cohen,
Yeah, and what apparently
who also looks very similar to Freddie Mercury.
right, and apparently that one fell apart because they were like well into pre-production for that one, I think, and the band wanted it to be more about them and like less Freddie Mercury, more the whole band, which is fair. They were very much involved with it,
They were part of that. Yeah.
so that's apparently the main change between that one and what we're gonna get.
More of a straight out of Compton experience.
Yeah.
versus a-
That's weird. I would prefer one that's more focused on Freddie Mercury.
Me
Of
too.
course you would.
And that's
'cause
why-
what can you name from
And
Queen?
and
Right,
that's
'cause-
why I'm like I'm curious to see the other version because I feel like the other version would have focused on the thing that we're most interested in,
Right.
which is Freddie Mercury's life.
Maybe it's better to
Yeah,
actually see the stuff more than just
Sure.
veneer of what we know about Queen and to go
Yeah.
deeper
Yeah.
into that. Like I'm fine with that. Plus I'm not a maybe this is also the other point. I'm not a Queen devotee. To me they've always been fine.
I think they're a good band. I
Like,
think he's
they're fine.
probably one of the best frontmen that's ever lived.
Yeah, he's all right, but I don't think I'm like all the songs that everyone's like, this is the greatest song ever. I'm like, it's just about girls with fat asses. Like, it's fine, but
Yeah,
or like a bike.
Yeah.
Like,
that's my least favorite. Do people like that song?
sure.
Really?
I
It's
mean,
on their
this-
greatest hits album.
Yeah.
I just realized I did my cake cutting ceremony at my wedding to a Queen song.
Oh, you did?
Nice. Which one?
Which
Ooh,
one?
you're my best friend.
Nice.
Ooh, you make. That was a great cake, by the way. It was chocolate cake with chocolate icing on the outside, raspberry filling.
Oh,
And there was because it was a night
Fuck.
winter wedding.
I was about to say too much chocolate, and then you got to the raspberry.
Night winter wedding, so chocolate with a chocolate cake and then raspberry ice frosting in the middle, and then white candy snowflakes all over the back, so it looked like it was snowing at night.
All right.
It's a goddamn.
That's beautiful.
that's
That
a
was a
cake.
damn good cake. I think about that cake. I don't think about my ex-wife ever. I think about that cake a lot. I was like,
I
"Wait,
want
remember
that
that
cake
great
back."
cake? What was that from?
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Now I remember.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Let me go back there. I ate at the place when I was home in Massachusetts. I ate at the place where I got married.
Oh, really?
And I stopped there for breakfast.
Oh, where?
It's a place called the Public House in Sturbridge, and it's this like really old timey, like
Mm-hmm.
we've been around since 18 something something,
Right.
and it's
That's
just like
Sturbridge's whole thing.
yeah, and it's just like you're eating a really great kind of expensive breakfast in a barn,
Sweet.
but it's amazing.
That could, yeah,
Yeah, I
there's
mean,
a
that
lot
works.
of
That's-
restaurants in
yeah.
New England. I feel
Yeah,
That's a lot of restaurants in the East Coast.
like. Yeah.
yeah.
are like that. Tremors, a TV series trailer.
Oh, I liked this.
I wish it
Yeah,
gets
I wish-
made.
I think because Sci-Fi passed on it, so I think they're doing like a Deadpool move where they're releasing this to try to see if there's enough fan
Sometimes.
interest,
I guess Stars will pick it up for 3 years.
and then cancel
yeah,
it. Yeah.
and cancel it.
Sometimes sci-fi makes bad decisions about
Yeah.
taking up television series, and we just have to accept it.
Oh, really? Continue.
I've discussed this.
yeah.
It looks great. That preview looks fantastic. It opens with my favorite Bon Jovi song, which is fantastic. Blaze of Glory from Young Guns 2.
Oh
Okay.
man,
Okay.
he's in it, isn't he? Isn't he in Young Guns too?
I don't know. I've blocked out a lot of Young Guns experiences. Boy, that's not a good movie.
I gotta go back and watch Young Guns.
I offended my roommate because I was watching Young Guns. He's like, "Oh, you're watching Young Guns?" I'm like, "Yeah, this movie's terrible." He goes, "Oh, I really like it." And I was just like, "Oh, but it's like it's good for the memories." And he was like, "Yeah, but I like it because non-ironically."
Right, I like it from a pure standpoint.
Oh well, some people are dumb.
Sure. I own stupid movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It has a real Ash versus Evil Dead vibe to it.
Yeah, and it's mostly that it's like Kevin Bacon seems like he's a little washed
He's a
up in it.
dummy, yeah.
And they're like, the Tremors haven't been around in a while, and like that, I think that's Ash versus Evil Dead. Like that's
Yeah.
how it starts.
Yeah, it's very
So-
Ash versus Evil Dead. So hopefully it gets made. It looks fun.
Yeah,
Get some Reba in there.
it's weird. Like
I didn't see her in the trailer, but
we
maybe
can do it. We'll get Reba.
get
We'll
Michael
F-
Gross.
Fred Ward, is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
yeah,
still alive?
I want to know how they got Kevin Bacon because he was out of there after the first movie. He was
Right.
like, "Oh, I'm good."
I bet he's producing it.
Yeah, and then they couldn't get him back for anything, any of the other sequels, and then like all of a
He
sudden
was doing
he's
like Stir of Echoes when they were making. He was doing like he was
Yeah,
huge,
and that's what
he was
I mean.
in Hollow Man.
yeah, he was in he was making that Hollow Man money.
He was in a
That
Hollow
sweet-
Man.
that
You
sweet,
can't
sweet Hollow Man
You
money.
can't expect
And
Tremors
he's-
3 to get in
He's
the.
still doing good, right?
Yeah.
For himself.
He's
So
still
it's
doing
like,
films
that,
and shit.
What
I mean, the
happened in the-
following was great.
yeah, but like what happened in his life that he suddenly decided, you know what? I will do Tremors,
I think it's the idea that TV is viable again.
but it's sci-fi.
That,
and it's like,
but it's.
The
I mean, the money is the money at this point. In time.
yeah,
Like, plus it's fun. Like, this is honestly like, let's be honest with Kevin Bacon, that in spite of everything, this is probably the movie that most people are like, that's right, Kevin Bacon.
Oh, Footloose.
No. It's either she's having a baby.
She's having a baby. Okay.
No. But Tremors is really that. It really is one of those like top 3 Kevin Bacon movies that you can think of.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking Tremors. It's
a
so dumb.
It's a fun movie. It's ridiculous.
It's fun and dumb.
Yep. So yeah, hopefully this gets made because it looks.
It was
fun
a fun.
and dumb.
If you can watch that trailer, do it.
Yeah, check it out.
It's really.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Remember like
I
the
want it
late
to happen.
Tremors when they had like legs and they were walking around.
Tremors 2, yeah.
Yeah, and they looked like. Oh, was that because they did 4?
There's
Yeah,
like
Tremors 2 they
6.
introduced. I stopped at like 2 or 3.
Oh,
so.
they were flying ones at one point.
Yeah. The 2 there were some good puppets
really
there,
getting out of
like the
hand.
little raptor Tremors.
It seems to me that I have a feeling that this series is Divergent timeline after Tremors 1.
yes.
Yes.
That's pretty standard.
Yeah, that seems to be it. And maybe that's it, is that Kevin Bacon didn't want to do the sequels because he found them dumb, and whatever they brought to him on this is like clever or like
Yeah.
different in some way.
It's like Superman Returns.
Yeah.
Being a direct sequel to Superman 2 and
Yeah.
ignoring the
Ignoring
quest for peace and
3 and 4.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Margot Kidder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's really dead.
Yeah. She is dead.
Yeah.
That's a thing that happened.
You don't remember when she lost her fucking mind?
Yes.
Do you remember why she lost her mind?
Mm-mm.
She was typing out like a memoir, and her computer crashed, and she did not have it backed up.
That would do it.
And it was like she was at the end.
That would do it for
and
me.
she snapped. Like, how much of a bummer is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
Speaking of Amityville Horror,
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. She was in that with James Brolin.
she was
J-Bro.
she was a big name in the convention scene, and she was always, you could never tell what Margot you were gonna see. Sometimes
Yeah.
she was very, very sweet and very lovely.
Um,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. I brought your podcast down hard.
You sure did.
Yeah, talking about dead ladies. What?
Yeah.
Matt Dillon took her out. What?
Yeah, that's right. Fucking Lars Von Trier.
Do you want to talk about the anthology?
Yeah,
Guillermo
I
del
can
Toro?
just mention it briefly. Netflix is making an anthology series with Guillermo del Toro. That could be cool.
Yeah, I got excited about this, and then I realized that he hasn't made anything I liked in like a decade. Like, it's been like Pan's Labyrinth, and then it's just been
Just a wasteland.
a wasteland. Well, the Hellboys. and
Hellboy
then
2.
Hellboy 2,
is
yeah.
pretty good, yeah.
But then since then, it's just been like
hasn't-
disappointment after disappointment
He
for me.
hasn't made a lot. Everything he's done has taken years.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Like,
part of
you're-
it.
You're like, he hasn't made anything good in 10 years.
Well, it's
And
just
like,
that I
that's
don't.
2 movies.
I don't
for him.
have that much faith in him anymore. I guess like after Shape of Water, which was a
After
dumb,
winning the
a
Oscar.
dumb movie. It was well directed. He's a good director. I mean, his taste in like stories, like Pacific Rim, is fun. Crimson Peak, I thought was real dumb.
Oh, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, and then Shape of Water was even dumber. They're all well directed. It's just, I need some like. I'm getting to a point where I'm going to start.
I think he still
paying
has good
attention to
stuff in
this
him.
guy.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't like those 3 movies either. But
I think he should have done The Hobbits. I think that would have been great.
sure.
Nice. I don't think so.
He had cool concept art.
I
for
think,
it.
Yeah.
but I think he was just like, can because he wanted to do just like, we should just do one movie,
Yeah.
and there were
Yeah.
like 3, and he's like, fuck this.
Oh yeah, he was right to probably just
Yeah.
walk away from
I
that
think
shit.
it didn't become 3 until he was already
It was
gone, right?
it was 2, and
It's
then
going
it
to be
became
1,
3.
and then they were like, okay, we'll make it 2, and then when
2's fair.
Peter Jackson was on there, it's like, okay, it's going to be 3, and we're all like, what now?
Yeah,
Like
that's when it got out of
those
hand.
those are bad movies.
Yes.
Yeah, there. I saw
They're very
everyone in the theater, and every time I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I only saw the first one, and I've tried. Like I sat down recently and was like, all right, I'm going to watch all the Hobbit movies. I'm just because I haven't seen them. It's weird that I have seen Lord of the Rings a bunch and enjoy those films, and then I haven't seen the Hobbit movie, and it's like maybe it's not as bad as I remember. I always get like maybe halfway through the Hobbit where I'm like, this is a mistake, and then by the time the Hobbit's over, I'm just so checked out that
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Honestly,
can't watch the other
Well,
two.
it's
The
like
beginning of the Hobbits is fun. It's a fun. I actually really enjoy that part of it, that aspect of the fun stuff.
It takes
Yeah.
him an hour to leave the house.
Well, that's what happens when you have a trilogy based off of one kind of short book.
Based on a 200-page book for children.
Man, yeah, I haven't watched it since seeing it in theaters, and any impulse I get to watch it, I just watch Lord of the Rings instead.
Yeah.
Right.
The far superior film. Maybe Guillermo del Toro will make In the Mountains of Madness.
That'd be neat.
He's been trying to do that for years,
Yeah.
and now he's got an Oscar in junk,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he can
But he's such a that's
make some shit happen.
that Guillermo del Toro is the monster movie version of Kevin Smith to me. A guy who's such a pure and unique fan of a clear genre. Like Kevin Smith is such a superhero and kind of nerdy sci-fi fan. And Guillermo del Toro, I feel like, and this is weird to say, I feel like he deserves something like this Netflix anthology of that he can just sort of stamp his name on,
Right, yeah.
and then just give opportunities to other people
Didn't-
that were like him 15 years ago.
Didn't he have like The Strain or something? Another TV show.
Yeah, it's on FX.
Yeah.
Oh, is that doing good?
It was real. I think it's still going. I remember being at Comic-Con last year and having them have like they had a hand sanitizer station, and it was The Strain. So I think
It's a
it's still
vampire
going.
show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I think it's but I think it's also like some kind of infection show.
It was
Right,
like a
yeah.
virus.
Turns you into a vampire or some shit.
From what I saw, it was good. I just cable. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
become
cable.
invested.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
And it's
pay-
not Legion where I'm going to hunt it down.
Yeah, FX really makes it a pain in the ass to watch their shows. Some
They
of them.
don't.
Some of them.
I mean, they not really though, because they're on Hulu, right? They do like
some
Legion's
of them
on
are.
Hulu. But
Atlanta's on Hulu.
if you have FX, they're just like, you just watch our shit on FX now on your phone or on your shit. Like they actually go well above.
I thought you had to use your cable password.
Maybe, but you get a cable password. You got to know someone that has
Pain in the
cable.
ass.
It's not. I mean, they're doing everything they can to make their shit accessible. Like if you honestly look at it, like they're
It's on.
putting
It must
out-
be on Amazon, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, you could probably buy
Yeah,
a
it's
season
true.
or something for like $20.
Sure. I don't mind doing that if it's a show I enjoy. So yeah, I don't disagree. I think obviously Guillermo del Toro is wildly more talented than Kevin Smith is, but
Different types of talent, I'd say.
yeah, Kevin
think-
Smith might be a better writer.
I
Maybe.
think he was
Yes.
allotted a lot more carte blanche than Kevin Smith ever got from studios as well. I feel like Guillermo del Toro got more leeway than what Kevin Smith ever got with studios.
maybe.
But he was also writing comedies.
Yeah,
Like that's the other thing. Like
yeah,
he-
and they're not. I mean, he's not a visually interesting
Yeah.
director. He just sort of films people talking.
Well, you've heard him talk about it. Where he's like,
Yeah.
"Get me the big lens," and they're like,
Yeah.
"You mean this one?" He's like,
Yeah.
"I don't fucking know. Get
Yeah.
me that one."
I have
Like,
no
that's-
idea what it is.
Yeah, he's talked multiple times about his cinematographer, his DP, being like immensely frustrated with him at all times.
Well, and then the story about Bruce Willis.
yeah, yeah,
Where it's like, you don't know what lens you have on the camera?
yeah. It's so good.
But I genuinely like Kevin Smith, and I've gone on
Oh, I
record
like him
as
too.
being like I was over him for a while, all his stuff, and just being like, it doesn't hold up for me. But just as a person, and as a person who's a fan and who sold his comics to finance his first movie and everything like that, I fucking love that guy.
No, I like. Yeah, I think he's
I like
he's a
him.
cool dude.
And I liked what he did with Red State. I liked that he did one movie where he was like, all right, well, let's see what I can do in terms of like directing.
I kind of don't mind Red State.
I really like Red
Well,
State.
isn't it like Cop Out is actually like a surprisingly good movie?
I don't mind a lot of Cop Out. That's a movie where
I
he's
disagree.
just having his will crushed by Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
So it became a bad movie.
It's. I disagree. I don't think Cop Out is funny at all.
I think, well, there's a few things going against it. One, it's not something he wrote.
Right.
So it's just him as a director. And again, like that's not where he's strongest in terms of, well, at least visually.
Yeah.
Like he's good working with actors, I think, and getting good performances out of them. But then he's just having his soul crushed by Bruce Willis the whole time.
Yeah.
So
I heard he's a nightmare to work with, which is a bummer.
which one?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when Prince hired Kevin Smith.
Yeah, that story's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he had microphones in every room.
Yeah.
Is what he realized, and it was his reasoning was like, if I become inspired to write a song or something, but
Yeah.
like that also meant he just could hear everything that was being said in his house.
Prince.
Oh, Prince. You're so Prince.
He is. Yeah, Denis Villeneuve is doing the new Dune movie that's about to start.
I've never been into the Dune stuff.
I like the original David Lynch Dune.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, it's not a great movie, but it's like visually really cool. I've never read Dune though, so
Yeah, I've never really.
but I really like this director.
Yeah, well then that's good.
Um,
Let's have it. They did Sci-Fi did a miniseries, right?
yeah,
And that was
didn't watch it. I've heard from fans of Dune that it's pretty okay.
it's
So-
more accurate to the actual original
All
Yeah.
right, well, fine.
But yeah,
well, the original was it? People always say that about The Shining, that the one with the guy from Wings
Oh, Steven Weber. Yeah.
is a much more accurate and faithful
yes.
the TV
translation.
Yeah.
It's true. It is. It's also worse.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes
worse
Stephen
movie.
King's books do not translate as well to movies
Yeah.
until you.
right.
Can we also, real quick, and I don't mean to just keep interrupting here, talk about how many of his terrifying books were made for TV movies
Yeah.
and miniseries?
The
Like
Stand.
The Stand,
It,
the Tommy Knockers,
Tommy Knockers.
the Langoliers, I believe.
Langoliers. Desperation.
The Langoliers with fucking Balky in it.
Yeah.
From Perfect Strangers.
But, like-
acting like a maniac.
and even Under the Dome.
Right.
yeah, that was a show though.
Series.
Yeah.
But I mean, he wrote it.
yeah.
And that
There's
to
another
me,
one.
like, it's funny because I always think of like old network TV as being puritanical and being like dominated by standards and practices. But then I'm like, no, that can't be right. That can't be right if they're adapting this much Stephen King
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, they're really digging into the Kingosphere.
You know they're making a Tommy Knockers movie.
They're James Wan I think is trying
Yeah.
to make it.
Tracy Lord's going to be in that one too.
I hope so. Bring back Jimmy Smits.
There it is.
Yeah.
Little Jay Smits.
Little Jimmy Smits. Bail Organa. Bring him back.
Let's bring back the guy from season 3 of
Dexter.
No, not like I'm going to do it. Give me the really awesome boyfriend from Sons of Anarchy. He was great in Sons of Anarchy.
I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy.
That's like my Monster Energy drink admission, where it's just like something that you don't want people to know. And be like,
Sure.
I really like.
I was
I,
super into
really,
Sons of Anarchy.
I really liked Sons of Anarchy. It was really fun.
And then the Suspiria remake comes out in
Yep.
November, which I'm
I
very curious about.
I would say curious. I'm optimistic. It's the director of Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah.
Which he's done a bunch. He's from Italy.
Sure. I mean, yeah, at least he's Italian.
Yeah, that's true.
Remaking a Dario Argento film. Like the Dario
it
Argento
can't
film.
possibly be as good as the original. But I'm hearing the stuff coming out of the screenings. People are saying that the people are like physically ill from the stuff they saw.
I mean,
Really?
Yeah,
have you seen Suspiria, Jeff?
I haven't.
It's pretty intense.
yeah.
Have you seen any Dario Argento movies?
Probably. Oh yeah, okay. The only thing more terrifying than the last 12 minutes of this film are the first 92. That's the tagline on the theatrical poster.
Of
For
the
Suspiria?
original.
Yes.
That's neat. Yeah. I mean,
it has like the most disturbing murder in any movie that I've seen.
Yeah, and what they're describing with people having seen footage at it, I think we talked about this in the last Hypecast probably at CinemaCon, people were describing like a dancer being under like a spell and like her body starts getting
right.
mutilated and like cracking in half and she like defecates
Jesus.
it sounds like really fucking intense.
I hope
And
the
people
murders
were-
are as good as Truth or Dare.
Didn't see Truth or Dare.
Never
That's-
gonna see that movie.
Oh boy, don't
was-
because I did.
Oh man.
Let me martyr myself for you in this regard.
I was bummed because it was like Blumhouse has been like really
killing
it.
They have been killing it.
Yeah.
Happy Death Day
Yeah.
opens
It's
me
great.
up to being
Great.
like, I
Great
am
film.
100% willing to see this movie with my movie pass. And then I saw The Strangers remake, which was trash. And then I saw, like, I'm not a big horror and suspense movie goer.
I thought it was a Stranger sequel. Is it a remake?
Sure.
I mean, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Soft reboot.
I think it's
probably.
I think it's a reboot.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't even know. You can't even tell.
Yeah.
But and then this is Truth or Dare.
I mean, Blumhouse doesn't. They take chances. So
Yeah.
sometimes
their
they're gonna
movies
make
are
shit.
for
They did The Gift
teenagers.
as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
So
Joel Edgerton.
they've
That
been
was
making,
good.
and of course, Get Out, and like, yeah, they've definitely elevated themselves. Because I remember when at first it was a company I didn't take seriously. Like I always
Right.
thought they're going to make sort of crap.
Did they do It Follows?
No, that was
No,
A24.
that was
That
A24.
was A24.
But A24 and Blumhouse have both been like killing it. In
Yeah, they've
the
been
horror
picking
department.
real good movies.
Yeah. Hereditary coming out.
Yeah,
by
yeah, that's
Comes
A24.
out, comes out in June. I
That
think.
looks good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks real good. See, they showed the preview for that during a Peter Rabbit screening in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so good.
And they did a tweet where they're just like, we'll foot their therapy bills or something like that.
Right, because that is a disturbing trailer.
That trailer's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
They changed some. Yeah, they changed some people.
Yeah, this really affected some young minds.
that one's a curveball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, what movie? What is this? Is this like a swiftly tilting planet? Is this the new sequel to whatever movie you just had? That's the sequel, Swiftly Tilting Planet. That's the sequel to A Wrinkle in
Wrinkle in
Time.
Time.
Or is it Wind in the Door? And
Wind in the
there's like, it's a trilogy.
Yeah.
Are they gonna make more of those?
There's like there's several actually, and then they start getting like most of them are references to Bible verses.
Oh, fuck.
Weird.
Great.
No,
I'll
the
see more
writer
of
is like a
those.
theologian or something.
I'll see more of those
A
ridiculous
Jesus
films.
Wept. Yeah, I didn't see that one though. Isn't
What?
that weird? I didn't see A Wrinkle in Time.
It's
I wanted to. I just never
It's
got around to it.
It's
silly.
not great.
No, it's not good. It's
I
not
have a
good
feeling
at all.
though it's gonna. We talked about it. I think it's gonna be like this generation's never-ending story, where it's like
Come
this
back
really weird.
Isle of Dogs I saw.
Oh, we need to see
I
that.
still need to see that. Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right. I'm a big Wes Anderson fan, so
Yeah, it's fine. You're watching it for the art
yeah.
of what it is.
Yeah.
The painstaking amount of work that they did in that movie.
Yeah,
like
we're
that's
on it
gonna
for
be
years.
That movie looks like the movie with the most effort I've ever seen put into a movie, because of all the way the animation is done and everything. And
Did you see that one? That one about the war, the Infinity War. You see that one?
what is it?
It's about the war
What
in
about
space, the space war.
Yeah, Infinity War.
Is it Star
space.
Star Wars?
No, not the Star War.
No, not Star War.
no,
The
no, it's not the
Infinite
Star War.
Infinite Wars.
I'd say it's infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That was all right.
yeah,
That was
sorry.
good. That was good. You guys seeing the old Deadpool tonight?
Not tonight.
Think about when this is getting released.
Oh yeah.
There you go. You gotta
Oh yeah, we
play
are
for
seeing
the
it
release
tonight.
of your podcast.
Yeah, we
You're gonna
will
go see
definitely-
Deadpool tonight.
We probably
Yes.
might be seeing it as you're listening to this.
That's true.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the shit out of that.
I'm hearing reviews are in, and it is a movie.
Nice.
Can
I was
confirm
hoping.
it's a film.
I'm getting the same off of solo reviews. They're like, it's like a solid 70, and it's like,
Yeah,
sure.
Like the thing about it is with the dead. Like I'm seeing some people that are like, it's stupid and dumb, and the toilet humor is amped up and kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah,
some
that's that
people are like,
character.
this is what I like about it. My main review is that I went to 7-Eleven and there's a Monster Energy drink Slurpee
Oh, there
that's
is.
Deadpool themed, and I'm like, that's right. That's correct.
appropriate.
That's exactly.
Marina's been on 2 or 3 different streams now with one of those Slurpee cups where she's talking.
She keeps like
about it.
plugging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so.
Oh, they need
excited.
it.
And she's getting paid.
so excited.
I'm afraid for Deadpool because it doesn't have the surprise factor that the first one had.
I think it's a movie that we're gonna be glad. It's a franchise that we're gonna be glad exists because it's a way to like, you know, every 2 or 3 years you get a Deadpool where it's like talking about, you know, making fun of the superhero fatigue that we've had for the previous 3 years.
It's a it's the superheroes version of scary movies because superhero movie doesn't count.
Right.
Like the reverential like this is the thing. I don't know. To me, Deadpool has always worked as being fringe, and this is not in the same way that like when people are like, you know, I liked it back when, you know, the Marvel was something only me and my friends liked. It's like, oh, you liked it when it was going into bankruptcy.
Yeah.
That's what
When
you
they're
liked?
not paying any of their artists.
Yeah, that's
their
what you
writers.
like.
And,
Like that's not the I liked it before it was cool of my view of Deadpool. It's just Deadpool doesn't work when it's the biggest thing.
I don't think it'll be the biggest thing.
I mean, it's not going to be bigger than Infinity War, but
No.
it's already ridiculous. Like it's so big.
Yeah.
Also on Rob Liefeld's Instagram right now. He's having a New York City pop-up store.
Oh,
And it was
shit.
like the one visible comment that I saw was from Daughtry. Just being like, hell yeah, dude. So stoked to see you doing it. And I'm just like, sometimes I love this website.
I know. I'm not convinced that those two dudes are the same dude.
I follow Rob Liefeld on Instagram for a couple reasons. Number one, he's stoked all the time, as well he should be, because a random character that he created has now made him a recent millionaire.
Never be a millionaire for what he draws.
Yes, and yet here we are.
Yeah.
Like, he made millions with Youngblood, and now all of a sudden this. But like the other aspect of following him is he every day posts 3 or 4 posts about how he created. Just he mentions that he created Deadpool, Cable, Domino, and I'm like, yeah, we know.
Also,
we all know that.
It's also a Stanley Jack Kirby situation where it's like you
and Fabian
were part of you and Fabian
or
created
you and
it.
Louise Simonson.
Yeah.
But that actually is that's always been super funny to me. And also sometimes I'll just leave a comment it's like, oh, did you create Deadpool on this thing? And it's
Oh, is that you?
no, that's it. That's all I got.
He can't draw
Fair enough.
feet.
Oh, it's that guy.
He can't draw
He's
feet.
the guy.
No,
who can't
he's
draw
actually
feet.
not terrible at feet. He's bad at ankles. The transition to feet is pretty terrible.
He's bad at a few things.
He's actually become he makes fun of himself.
I
now
know.
for that,
Yeah,
which is okay.
I've seen him do that, so it's like okay, at least he knows.
Yeah, at least he knows that he has his limitations.
Right. Dave, you want to talk about a movie that deserves more hype?
I do want to talk about a movie that deserves more hype. It comes out today, the day you are listening to this.
See, we picked up on that one.
Yeah,
already.
see?
It's,
Like a
Context clue.
fucking pro. It comes out on Netflix. It is called Cargo. I'll just lead with the most disappointing part about it. It's a zombie movie, which I'm sure a lot of people are very burnt out about. It stars Martin Freeman, though. It has a very good Rotten Tomatoes rating, and it's you can watch the trailer. It's about a guy with a baby who gets bit, and he has he says about 46 hours before he turns. So he's just trying to figure out where to go with his baby.
what to do with this baby before he
eats it. And like the negative reviews seem to say that there's not much zombies in it, which seems like a good idea for this.
Yeah, there's none in the trailer.
Yeah, there's none in the trailer, and there's one.
You kind of briefly see that when he gets bit.
Yeah,
but
Isn't this based off of a short film?
yes,
a guy
same
did where it's
director,
like
same writer. Yeah,
the baby is like dangling, so he's like kind of like walking to like get the baby, or like there's meat on a stick, and then the baby is on his back.
The baby's on his back in this, so I assume it's the same. It's
yeah, because I remember seeing that and being like, oh my god.
I never watched the short. I should. I'm sure it's out there, right?
Yeah, you can find it. It was
But
like
yeah.
huge a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same writers and directors. It's I think 2 directors. And yeah, no one's been fucking talking about this movie, and it's
Netflix
coming
does
out.
that.
Yeah,
it's
it's
kinda-
there's been trailers for it. The trailer only has like 500,000 views. I've actually known about this for a while, and I didn't bring it on this. Well, I didn't bring it on this because I thought it was just going to get like bigger, and it wasn't deserving of a more hype. And then I discovered that it comes out like now,
yeah,
and no one's talking about it. So I was like,
yeah.
oh well, shit. People should check this out. It's free.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you get Netflix,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
which
is.
everybody does,
And
pretty much.
everybody and Martin Freeman's been like oddly killing it in the horror movie genre right now.
Yeah, Ghost
'Cause he did
Stories. if
Ghost
you
Story.
See that?
Yeah.
Which one's that?
It's a British film we talked about a couple of weeks ago, where it's like it's an anthology, but the stories the stories connect. It's about like a paranormal investigator or something.
Yeah.
It's supposed to. It's got like really good reviews. It's supposed to be like really good. And Martin Freeman's in that one.
Yeah.
I like Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
There, I said it.
Yeah, me
I
too.
like him too.
There.
I didn't like the Hobbit movies,
You
but it's
did
not his
like
fault.
the Hobbit movie.
No.
I'll tell you what I did like is Denny's menu when the Hobbit movie came out.
The
Oh,
Hobbit
the Hobbit
Slam.
Slam.
Oh hell yeah! Are you kidding me? Those red velvet pancake fritters. You kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? That was such a tasty treat.
I just loved that they had something called a Hobbit Slam.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
It sounds like a fantasy creature taking a shit.
I mean, and then recently there was people called them out for their mascot, which was a sausage with eyes, but it just looks like a real hard shit with eyes. And it's like, yeah, that's about right for Denny's. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
bacon.
very-
You can
That
also do
should be
bacon.
the Denny's
Denny's.
mascot. Oh, man.
Bring it on down to Danny's Val.
Bring it on down to Omeleteville.
So yeah, everybody eat Denny's.
There's a place called Biscuitville in the East Coast, in the South, and
wow.
every time I
Oh.
drive past Biscuit, we stopped there once, and it was delicious. And they had a picture on the wall of a giant chicken laying a giant egg, and it was wonderful.
That sounds
Every time
lovely.
I pass Biscuitville, I think of that stupid sketch.
There's something about the South where their mascots of restaurants are always an animal eating the food that the animal is
That it
made
is,
of.
Right.
yeah.
And I have always appreciated pigs eating barbecue.
Yeah.
That's always been a really great.
Yeah, because they're basically saying like it's so good we're willing to sell out our species
Yeah.
to eat it.
Yeah.
That's how
you get
fucking
mad,
good it is.
mad pigs
Yeah,
disease.
Yeah, mad pig's disease.
Yeah.
Well, pigs will do that, right? Pigs will eat anything.
I'm sure. Yeah,
If you throw a dead pig in there,
yeah, they'll eat the dead
actually, I
pig.
don't know.
I'm sure.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
Someone let us know. Try it.
Hence-
Someone go try it. And
hence
let us
the
know.
phrase, as
As
greedy
greedy
as
as a
your
pig.
pig.
That's the
Excellent.
entirety of my experience with pigs is Bricktop from Snatch.
Yeah, he seemed right.
He seemed correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
don't
also
see
knows
why.
what nemesis means.
Yeah.
He does. He does know what nemesis means.
Has anybody fact checked that? Has anybody Googled nemesis?
A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent, personified in this case by an honorable cunt. Me.
It's from the Bible, right? Isn't that where nemesis comes from? Or is it from like Greek mythology? I don't know. Who gives a shit?
No one cares.
Yeah, I don't know. Who
It's a
cares?
Resident Evil
Words. Yes, it is.
game. It's not a good one.
That's 3, right?
I don't know.
I didn't play 3.
Dictionary.com doesn't define it the same way. I'm just throwing that out.
Check out Bricktionary.com.
Yeah,
Alright.
Bricktoptionary. That's the source that's my number one.
There
news
it
source.
is. That was the payoff joke right there. That's the one. That's the title. Bricktionary.
All right. Well.
Boom. That's your trailer.
All right. Well, that's
I think we're done,
that's
right?
a show. Jeff, what do you want to plug? Where can we find you?
Well, next week you can find me all over. On Monday, I will be on Collider Heroes, which is
cool.
really fun. I love doing that show, and I love being called an idiot because I don't care about the Eternals. That's a thing that happened. They were like, "Fuck this guy." I'm like, "Fuck the Eternals."
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
But I'll be on Collider Heroes on Monday the 21st. Then that night, I'll be at Britannia Pub in Santa Monica performing with the Dollface Dames. I'll be
cool.
at Flappers on the 23rd in Burbank doing a feature. They called it a feature, but it looks like a headliner. I don't even know what I'm doing there. I'm doing a long extended
But you will be
set
there.
at Flappers, yeah. And then I will be at the Dark Horse Tavern in Reseda for the farewell to We Needed Another Comedy Show on Thursday the 24th, because apparently they did not need another comedy show. So I have those three shows, live shows, as well as Collider Heroes next week. So
Cool,
if you're
man.
in town, come say hi.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, Corlew, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info. Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.